Some sad news to pass along. Former UNLV head coach Tony Knapp passed away at the age of 96. Nicknamed the Silver Fox, he led the Rebels to the most successful period in school history from 1976 to 1981. Allen Iverson is trying to get a two-day basketball tournament that would be held November 12th and 13th at the Thomas & Mack. A press conference is scheduled Wednesday to announce the teams and players. Obviously, the best part about the tournament for Iverson, nobody has to practice. Looking forward to November 11th matchup against Grand Canyon. The strength that you might have over them and the biggest thing you think you have to work on in order to win that game?
I think the biggest thing is always defensive rebounding for us. We're a team that struggled defensive rebounding the ball. It's so important for a couple reasons. Number one, it limits the other team's opportunities for second and third chances, and then it's also an opportunity if we can defensive rebound to get out and run the break. And so one thing we're talking about all the time and a huge emphasis coming up November 11th and then the rest of the season.
The Rebels take on Grand Canyon at the Thomas & Mack this Friday. And some sad news to pass along. Joe Frazier, who was battling liver cancer, died yesterday. To the game we go. A packed Thomas & Mack to cheer on the Rebels. The Rebels got two key players back for this game, as it was Chase Stanback bringing the sexy back to the lineup, scoring 2 of his 12 points right here. Then Carlos Lopez firing up the crowd, hitting the bucket on this play. Later on, it was Oscar Belfield ringing the bell from the field to extend the Rebels' lead. UNLV led by as many as 18 in the second half, but let up late as the Wolfpack cut the lead to 3 with this circus shot with 15 seconds left. But Justin Hawkins drew the foul and hit 1 of 2 free throws to put the game away as the Rebels win this one 71-67.
Yeah, it's the biggest win of my entire life, biggest game of my entire life, and it felt good to win it.
I mean, it's a great win for us. I mean, the guys cut out from the start. They played hard. No matter which way the game went, we were so proud of them and how they played throughout the game.
Our number one key, as it is for most games, but especially in this game, was defensive rebounding. We needed to make sure we did a great job on the boards. North Carolina is athletic, they're big, they're deep, they're talented, and it was a really collaborative effort for us on the defensive boards, and we did a really, really good job. Our guards got in there and did a terrific job rebounding the ball.
The loss was the beginning of the end for Target UNLV, starting with a photo of UNLV players and a man known as the Fixer that made national headlines.
That disappointed me because we didn't know who this fellow was from New York. He came out here and introduced himself to me. He said he was in the commodities business, and he was Coach Moses Scurry back in New York, and he was a friend of Moses and his family, and he seemed like a nice guy. And then the guy wrote a big article in the Dallas newspaper about him and exposed everything about him. And from that point on, I told the guy to stay away from him. And nobody knows when that picture was taken. The kids all swear that it was taken before we knew who he was.
I just said, oh boy, here it comes. And I know they're going to take and run with that, meaning the NCAA. I didn't think he was going to be his last game. I thought it was one more thing that was going to be misconstrued, and he was going to, have to answer to it. But I had no idea that, President Maxim was behind the whole thing to try to shut down a program that was bringing publicity to the school, money to the school, and putting it nationally on the map. I would never think a president would be trying to destroy something like that.
I was really fortunate to be able to come to UNLV, to play for Coach Tark, to be part of 2 Final Four teams, to win a national championship, and even more important, he was the one who gave me my first start in coaching. And so he was a terrific coach and a mentor for me, and just very fortunate to have had that experience.
Coach was one of the greatest coaches that ever coached me, that ever played for, and also a very loyal person. I mean, to anybody that come and play for UNLV, know that Coach Tark had your back no matter what, good or bad, he had your back.